Monbasa, Mvita. Today, I'm going to talk about multinational conspiracies on war. War has been fought over many years. Lives have been lost. I told you from the book I had perused, Money Masters. There were families that sponsored from the French Revolution to First World War to Second World War. And I think others may be preparing to sponsor Third World War, God forbid, but it will not happen because people are becoming enlightened. Wars have been a very lucrative business. And many countries are at war over flimsy excuses. Sometimes it is an election and a slight change causes people to start fighting. And when they start fighting, then certain groups start arming, and you find there are continuous wars in those countries. Mostly the countries that experience this are countries with the resources. I gave an example of Congo. Another example that has emerged is of Libya and many other countries. Countries that were at a time stable, very stable. Now you always hear this rebel group is rising up, and within a short time there is negotiation, and before people can even settle down, another rebel group has arisen. And you'll find that most of these rebel groups are started by people who haven't had a lot of finances, sometimes in regions that don't have much finances. But we'll always notice one thing. Those regions where rebellions begin have lots of minerals. So you'll find people starting a quarrel almost out of nothing, and now you are a certain tribe or a certain group or a certain party, and you have to rebel to remove this person who is bringing lots of trouble. And this person who is in power also does not care what the people say, because you are kept in power by those who now start funding the rebels. So as things start happening, you rush to crush the rebels. Unknown to you, some of the rebels have even been given military training in the countries that are giving you equipment and training your army. So you find a very different rebel group, armed with tanks, armed with ammunition and armaments that you never imagined people in that region would have. And it has happened within a very short time. They have got good fighting people, and you left wondering. And the war goes on and on. Because you don't have finances, you're always told, now you are rebels, they will get you out of power. Give us this, give us that, give us this, give us that. We shall convert it into weaponry. And the other people also on the other side are told, give us this, give us that, same thing, at almost a throwaway price, and it is also converted into weaponry. So you have endless wars. The countries concerned are not able to organize because those that are sponsoring the wars know that is the best, the easiest way to profiteer from these countries. And strange enough, you wonder, because arms and armaments of a nature that a country can possess are always given with licenses you are selling this to a certain country. But unknown to many people, countries that sell armaments also operate mercenary groups. We call them soldiers who fight for money. So these groups manage to undercut everything, and are able to get licenses for countries. Sometimes countries import weapons that they don't realize they have imported because their license has been used, and armaments have gone to a different country, unknown to them, or sometimes known to them, because others also use cartels within the systems. And these people make a lot of money from the minerals and from all those things. That's why you find in some communities where people do not even have money to buy shoes, you find a hut they're living in is a thatched house, just grass thatch, tied from end to end. They don't have water resources, they don't have much, but the weapons they produce, some cannot be licensed. Some, if you are told to buy, you cannot. The way they misuse bullets and armaments, and you realize one bullet may be able to house that person and tracing the cost, but they do not know the cost. They are not able to get the basics, and in that state they are made good fighting machines. So they fight, they kill one another, and the countries that have done that profiteer from what is happening. Then comes in now places where now people send in groups that are supposed to aid the people that are in problems, and you find some groups come for real good purpose of aiding, but within them others also hide that are reading from both sides and reporting to both sides, so that these ones keep arming, the other ones keep arming, and the people keep being destabilized, and the resources are taken. And everybody says how well they wish those countries. These things have been going on for a long time. And many countries that even wish these countries peace are the ones profiteering from these countries. It is good to know when people come to you telling you they are aiding you, what they are giving you in form of aids. Because you will eventually end up being told we are giving you arms and armaments. That means war. And when you come from countries that don't have many resources, you don't get such offers. Other things that have been happening is that within those war periods, lots of crimes happen. Look at countries that have had wars. That's when human trafficking increases. I remember with the fall of Libya, that's when we started getting videos of people who are being trafficked, people who are being killed in occultic manner. There are videos of having people, somebody is tied, gagged, put in a house, then hammered with metal mallets until, and they can't cry. That's when I came to realize in the occult world is called being made boneless. Those things happen. People disappear. And many people volunteer organs. So it's a high time that when countries think of anything, are resolving anything, they should always think, is this our quarrel? Or is there a quarrel from another time, another place? When you are fighting wars that are prolonged, ask yourself, is it us who are not making peace? Or there are people ensuring that we don't have peace? Because that is what has been happening in the world. And within war, many profiteering crimes happen. There are some countries that started where war started, and now they are sending all the kinds of drugs that are not required by people around the world. Things like cocaine, things like, it started as war. And instability is kept in those countries so that these things keep on moving. So warfare, especially modern warfare, has had certain cartels, certain groups of multinational profiteering from them, training the rebels, equipping the rebels, sometimes giving mercenaries and all kinds of weaponry. So the factories keep manufacturing, and the so-called people who are helping or equipping this keep getting the minerals. So you find the countries become poorer, and the countries that are sponsoring this become richer. So next time you find yourself quarreling with your neighboring country, trying to declare war within your own countries, getting the temptation of toppling your own governments, always remember there is somebody who is going to profiteer from that, and you are going to suffer from that. Sometimes you may be the resources that will be sold for spare parts or for other things. Your minerals, the advancement you have made is drawn backwards because you spoil the old developments you have with the arms that you have been given. Can we say sold? Given, so that your minerals are cutted away. That is what is happening around the world. So when you hear wars and rumors of wars, know there are companies and countries that are profiteering and are seeing loopholes for profiteering. Ensure that wars don't crop up in your country, so that others who may be sympathizing may be the ones that are profiteering from those very wars by telling you are bringing you the latest. And then they go tell the other, and we are bringing you the latest. There were rumors of camps where you would have a government in control that is under siege, takes its soldiers to control, for training, to fight the rebels. And unknown to them, those countries also get the rebels. So you are training in this town, and the government soldiers and the rebels are training in another military camp. You are dispatched to your country to go fight the rebels, and the trained rebels are dispatched to wherever they are to fight your forces, armed by the same countries. And the countries visiting. And that's why you find that when rebels take over, they already have some countries that they were in. And this brings difficult leadership, because the leaders do not want to please the people they rule. You can survive with those other countries that are giving you arms, entrenching you. And those who rise also realize that when they enter, they don't need democratic leadership. No. Don't mind about your people. Mind how you will have soldiers, how you will arm them, and how you will please the countries that are giving you that. That is the quagmire that we are in. So for each country, as wars go on, wars wage on, let's pray that peace is made in most countries, because this war, we may think, is hurting the economies, but it's hurting the economies that are required, and profiteering economies that may seem unconcerned or very concerned, but working underneath to profiteer from those wars. That is all I can talk about wars. That is what's happening at present around the world. That's my take for now.